a lot of the technology and gadgetry that we've had fitted to our trucks over the last few years in the aim of fatigue is a distraction. Bells and all this sort of stuff that is constantly going on around you, and we never had that once, and all of a sudden, and I'm very sensitive to any light in the cab, especially in low light conditions, and we've got this tom-tom that sits up on the side that's supposed to be an aid in all this with our well, it's electric work diary, and the thing has constant changes in light, and I find it a huge distraction.
When you sort of fatigue, your memory gets stuck somewhere, and you, instead of going on the road, your mind is somewhere else, thinking of something, and the response of the body slows down. See, when you get a fatigue and something clicks, like some car pull in front of you or something, then your half of the mind is already not working, and the rest of the mind is angry.
A whole lot of things, a whole lot of things going on in the background. Things at home, you come to work, you bring it to work, and you're thinking about other stuff, and it can sort of wear you down, and you just try your best. And
all sorts of things, whether it be a personal thing, I've had deaths in the family, I've lost pets, or there's something, read that, like renovating a home, and your mind's going, yeah, I've got to do this, I've got to do that, and you're so busy away thinking about those sort of things. You go up the road and you think, oh, I think I've just gone past me turning.
Yes, that has happened. I've driven down the road occasionally and thinking, geez, I can't remember going past there, and just mind's just blank. And geez, have I really gone this far?
It's human nature to become distracted. Our minds are designed to be challenged and stimulated. And when we get bored by tasks such as driving, we find other things to do. Driving as a profession is by nature a solitary activity, with drivers often experiencing loneliness, boredom and declining vigilance, leading them to engage in secondary tasks. This becomes a more complex issue when a driver is fatigued and commonplace tasks demand greater attention. Combined with distraction, that means a heightened risk of making a mistake. Fatigue has physical, mental and emotional attributes. Heavy vehicle drivers are at risk of developing chronic fatigue due to hectic work schedules and sleep loss associated with long-haul driving. In 2020, 8% of all truck large loss crashes in Australia were caused by fatigue. When we are fatigued, our brains start looking for thoughts or activities to keep us awake, and this becomes distraction. And it's been shown to represent a specific risk for professional drivers, contributing to an estimated 10 to 30% of collisions. Driver distraction occurs when attention moves to a non-critical activity. We think about it mostly on the road, but it could also happen when loading or unloading, or getting in or out of the cab. Daydreaming or focusing on a stressful issue can lead to a reduced focus on critical workplace requirements. And research also shows that secondary or distracting tasks requiring a driver's attention for more than a couple of seconds increase crash risk threefold. So as a driver, what are some of the options you have to keep sharp and focused in the workplace?
I'm normally early to bed. I'll be get home, have tea, shower, whatever, and then I'm sort of in the pillow every night by 9 o'clock. Just go to bed. I certainly have no trouble going out to sleep, but it's for how long I sleep for. It's probably the big thing. It can be 4 hours, 5 hours, might be less.
You actually do try to get a good night's sleep, or at least, get your 7 or 8 hours in if you can. Sometimes I've gone to bed and my eyes are still like this. I've experienced that. It does happen, but I'm normally good at dying when I head hits the pillar, so I'm pretty good in that respect. Yeah, so.
It's very difficult to focus when you're tired. I definitely try to jump out of the truck when I can, have a little walk around, get the blood flowing. Another thing is, maybe if I'm really tired and I couldn't have any sleep, I usually just try to have a quick nap in the truck a little bit during my breaks. Usually, yes, just getting out of the truck, during my breaks and things, I try to do some activities like the word games and such, like on the phone and that, just like, you know, some brain games and such.
I try to drink water and settle things down and think about positive things. Whatever is happening to me, and you know where I am, and you know where I belong, and now I'm in a good place and all that things. So try to bring the positive thoughts, and yeah, if you have a time to pull over, just have a bit time for yourself, 15, 20 or half, whatever. Just take your time, you know. If you think that you have to take a break after 2 hours, take it. Don't wait for 5 hours.
It's going to sound like you're not concentrating on the job, but I find if you keep the mind active, you know, one of the biggest problems these days is everything's got so easy. You know, the trucks we've got are so easy to drive now. A lot of trucks are automatic, so that's one less job you've got to do. The roads, apart from being rough as guts, but the roads are wide, and you know, there's not as much to have to concentrate on as what there was in the past, you know, 20, 30 years ago. But I find if I can keep the mind active during the day, and I listen to talkback, so you can get involved in that, and your mind's not wandering. You're certainly alert on the job, but you can, you know, have thoughts about other stuff, and yeah, certainly keep yourself going. Yeah.
Firstly, identify what distracts you the most. Think about what and when this occurs and how you can minimise it happening. Know yourself and be aware of the early warning signs of fatigue and distraction. And be self-aware. Look after your health and well-being. Find a physical activity during your scheduled short breaks, perhaps a short walk or stretches, and focus on positive thoughts and memories. Prioritise and protect your sleep. There is no replacement for a good sleep routine. It's how the body repairs itself and protects the brain. And maintain a healthy diet. As an employer, there are also some critical key steps you can take for the health and well-being of employees and other road users. Make safety a priority at all levels and use technology in your favour, using in-vehicle systems not only for real-time driver monitoring, but also to strengthen safety management plans. Organise shifts, rosters and breaks to ensure that workers have a work-life balance where they are focused and performing safely on the job. And create a culture of safety through the prioritisation of sleep as a key aspect of driver well-being, and encourage the reporting of fatigue and stress without negative consequence. It's human nature to become distracted, and it's easy to become fatigued and overwhelmed. If you do recognise any of the warning signs, act immediately.